Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 20th of December. American-Canadian couple held hostage for last 4 years appears in new Taliban video. India inks 6 Memoranda of Understanding with Kyrgyzstan to boost bilateral ties. And Indians pack gifts for unknown people this Christmas season. And now for all the details. India on Tuesday signed several agreements with Kyrgyzstan to strengthen bilateral cooperation. This comes as the Kyrgyz president is on India visit.
Visiting Kyrgyzstan President Almazbek Atambayev called on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi to enhance bilateral engagements with India. Both the leaders led delegation-level talks to discuss on range of issues including terrorism, security, trade, defense and connectivity. They also witnessed exchange of agreements in the field of cooperation in youth exchange, on broadcasting and exchange of audio-visual programs in the field of tourism, agriculture and food industry.
We regard Kyrgyz Republic as a valuable partner in our common pursuit of making Central Asia a region of sustainable peace, stability and prosperity. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization will also give us a valuable framework to work together on these issues.
While Kyrgyz president gifted Hindi translations of Kyrgyz epic Manas, Indian Prime Minister Modi presented Kyrgyz translations of Indian poems. India and Kyrgyzstan share excellent relations in all areas, including defense, economy, commerce, education, human resource development, culture and tourism. The trade between the two countries was $27.99 million during the last fiscal, with India's exports to Kyrgyzstan amounting to $26.20 million.
Staying on to news from India, children of northern Jammu and Kashmir province were in for a treat as the Indian paramilitary forces helped to restore the functioning of their school. They also presented their school with items of necessity.
India's paramilitary Central Reserve Police Force or CRPF helped to restore a school in Jammu and Kashmir province by providing basic amenities to students. They supplied whiteboards with markers, tables and benches, bookshelves, a projector, a water filter with storage tank and textbooks to schools in capital Srinagar city.
सिविक एक्शन प्रोग्राम का मेन मकसद है हमारा जो यहाँ के सिविलियंस हैं उनके साथ रुबतगू होना, इनकी जो ज़रूरतें हैं उनके हिसाब से हमें मदद करना। इसी के तहत नक्शबंद पब्लिक स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल हमारे से मिले थे, क्योंकि हमारी डिप्लॉयमेंट डाउनटाउन के इसी एरिया में है और यहाँ के बच्चों की खासी ज़रूरत थी यहाँ पे। इसी के तहत हमें 5 लाख रुपया गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से एलोकेट किया गया था सिविक एक्शन प्रोग्राम में।
हमें आज यहाँ पे वाटर आरोज मिले, प्रोजेक्टर मिला, ये व्हाइट बोर्ड्स मिले और बहुत कुछ बुक्स मिली, बहुत सारी बुक्स मिली जिनसे हमारी पढ़ाई में हमें डिफिकल्टी आती थी। अब हमें इन चीज़ों से अब डिफिकल्टी नहीं आएगी।
The education sector in the valley has been severely affected as schools remain closed for nearly 5 months following the prolonged separatist shutdown against the killing of a militant leader in July. Arson attacks also forced schools and colleges to remain shut, derailing academic sessions.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, a new Taliban video has surfaced showing an abducted American-Canadian couple with their sons. The couple is pleading both the American and Canadian government to facilitate their release.
Senior Taliban leaders on Tuesday confirmed that they have released a new video showing a kidnapped American-Canadian family, including 2 boys who were born in captivity. It is for the first time that the 2 sons of Canadian Joshua Boyle and Caitlin Coleman, a U.S. citizen, have been seen.
Today is December 3rd, 2016. We have waited since 2012 for somebody to understand our problems, the Kafkaesque nightmare in which we find ourselves. We understand both sides hate us and are content to leave us and our 2 surviving children in these problems. But we can only ask and pray that somebody will recognize the atrocities these men carry out against us as so-called retaliation in their ingratitude and hypocrisy. My children have seen their mother defiled. We ask quickly, in our collective 14th year of prison, urge the governments on both sides to reach some agreement to allow us freedom.
Boyle and Coleman were abducted in 2012 inside Afghanistan while on a backpacking trip. Coleman was pregnant then with her first son. A senior Taliban leader said that the Haqqani network, a close affiliate of the Afghan Taliban, is demanding the release of 3 of its senior members in exchange for their release. While the Canadian government is said to be reviewing the video, the US officials are yet to comment.
Meanwhile, India urged the United Nations and the international community to take stringent action against supporters who aid militant outfits perpetrating violence in Afghanistan. India's permanent representative at the UN, Syed Akbaruddin, told the United Security Council that the efforts to rebuild Afghanistan by countries were being undermined as schools and places of worship were being targeted by militants with outside help. The Indian envoy said that sustainable peace could be brought to Afghanistan by denying safe havens to the militant groups in the neighborhood.
Schools are being destroyed, mosques bombarded, and religious gatherings. We need to address as an imperative the support that terrorist organizations like the Taliban, Haqqani Network, Daesh, Al-Qaeda and its designated affiliates such as Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which operate entirely outside the fabric of international law, draw from their shadowy supporters outside Afghanistan. Mr. President.
Moving on to news from Pakistan. Pakistan cinemas have lifted their self-imposed ban on Bollywood movies, ending an 11-week boycott in response to military tensions with India.
Pakistani movie theatres began screening Bollywood films again on Monday after nearly a 3-month ban. The ban by the Pakistani cinema owners was implemented in late September after the Indian Motion Picture Producers Association voted to not work with Pakistani actors, musicians or technicians. The move was taken amid heightened tensions between both countries following a terrorist attack on an Indian army base.
अभी हमने लकी फ्री की अर्ली देखी है. इट वाज गुड और काफ़ी यूनिक स्टोरी थी, बट वो गेम्स के बैकग्राउंड में बॉलीवुड में ऑलरेडी बहुत मूवीज़ आ चुकी हैं, लेकिन इट वाज गुड.
Nadeem Mandviwala, whose Mandviwala Entertainment runs 8 cinemas in Karachi and the capital Islamabad, said the industry did not intend to put a total ban on Bollywood films from the start and thus they called it a suspension instead.
The day we took this decision, we were very clear that this is going to hurt us tremendously and it is going to hurt them tremendously. That was never the onus of it, that how much damage it was not a game of making a damage for them or they making a damage for us.
Indian films are popular both at the cinema and on bootleg DVDs in Pakistan. Pakistan's domestic film industry has seen a revival in recent years but is dwarfed by India's Bollywood. Pakistani actors have been increasingly appearing in big-budget Bollywood films in the past few years.
The art of doll making is complex and involves many intricate steps. While it's a hobby for some people, others choose to make it their career. Doll making is emerging as a major source of employment for women in India's northwestern Tripura province.
Doll making is emerging as a major fascination for many women in capital Agartala city of India's northeastern Tripura province. An increasing number of girls and housewives are taking keen interest in doll making as a lucrative profession. Unlike other fabric and plastic made dolls, the dolls are made out of medicated cotton, aluminium wire for an accurate shape instead of mud in the traditional way. For the final shape, the dolls are sewed with suitable clothing and jewelry. Doll making has become a source of income for many women, and the credit for this initiative goes to Chaya De, who runs the Krishnanagar Women Utility Cooperative Society. This has also made her a famed entrepreneur.
তো আমি ভাবছি যে এই যে তুলুটা দিয়ে করা এটা মেডিকেটেড, বাচ্চারা যদি মুখেও দেয় কিছু এমন কোনো ক্ষতি হবে না, আর এটা বাচ্চারা খেলবে, এভাবে ফেলে দিতে পারে, আবার এটাকে ধুয়ে মুছে আবার ঠিক করে আবার ড্রেস পাল্টিয়েও দিতে পারে। আমরা এরকম করেছি, ড্রেসটা পাল্টিয়ে দিলেই ঠিক হয়ে যায়। তো এরকম ভাবছি, আর এই সহজ উপায়।
আমি শুনছি যে এখানে পুতুল বানানো শেখানো হবে, তার জন্য আমি এসেছি যাতে বাড়ির কাজের ফাঁকে যে এই কাজটা শিখবো, বাড়িতে বসে করলে 2 পয়সা পাবো, ঘরের সংসারে কাজে টাকাটা লাগবে, বাচ্চার পড়াশোনার কাজে লাগবে, তার জন্য আমি এখানে এসেছি শিখতে।
The price of general category dolls is around $2, while the special ones like those of deities are priced at $4 to $5.
Meanwhile, Christmas celebrations are in full swing across India. In a unique gesture, people in capital city New Delhi come together to bring happiness to strangers during the festival.
As people are gearing up for the festival of Christmas with last-minute shopping and planning grand celebrations, an organization in capital city New Delhi is prepping up to bring smiles to strangers. People from all walks of life volunteer in Christmas workshops where they wrap gifts which are then distributed to individuals on the roads who they believe have a thankless job.
People confuse Christmas with charity. What we are introducing to Christmas is a little clarity. So it's about, use Christmas as a time to tell people how they are appreciated. Use Christmas as a time to lift people's spirits up. So no matter where you are, a little gift always helps.
The workshops are filled with the infectious cheer of the festive spirit, as people unknown to each other sing carols and wrap little packets of joy. With a reach of over 600,000 people in the past 6 years, the organization hopes to connect more people with the hope of making the festival special for strangers.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. American-Canadian couple held hostage for last 4 years appears in new Taliban video. India inks 6 Memoranda of Understanding with Kyrgyzstan to boost bilateral ties. And Indians pack gifts for unknown people this Christmas season. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.